I'd like to share a story of restoration with you. When I first started working with Kids Alive in 2016, I would come in on the weekends to teach English to the girls. And so one morning I was a little bit early, and so I showed up, the door was locked, and I sat down on the steps outside. One of my students came up to sit with me, and she introduced herself as Julie, and so we started chatting, and I asked her questions. How was school going? What does she like most about living at Oasis? And so we had a conversation. She eventually tells me that she has a 2-year-old son in the baby house. And so many of our girls, they come to us pregnant, and then they have their own kids. And so this was Julie's case. So I asked her a few questions about her son, and we talked about him for a little while. Eventually she asks me how old I am. And so I tell her, and then I pass the question back. And she says that she's 13 years old. And I guess I didn't hide my shock well enough. And so she saw my reaction, and her eyes turned away and her face fell, and the conversation really died. And I felt terrible and angry and upset, and just so bothered that she would have to be ashamed of her situation, that she would have to be ashamed of her son, that she would have to be ashamed of her age and where she ended up in life. And so that experience has really stuck with me, and it's one of the reasons why I'm back working with Kids Alive again, is for girls like Julie. Fast forward 4 years, it's early 2020, and I've arrived in Guatemala. I'm trying to get myself oriented again, and I'm taking another tour of our residential facility. And so I'm walking through the main building, and I see Julie, and she's standing in the foyer. She has a mop out, she's mopping, and so we see each other, and she says, "Hi, Mr. Travis, how are you?" in perfect English. And I'm a little bit shocked by this, shocked and thrilled actually that she's been keeping up with her English. And so we have a little conversation, and I continue along on my tour, and I inquire about Julie. And Julie is working part-time at Oasis, and she's studying part-time, going to university on the weekend. So she's 17 now. Her son is 6, and both of them have they live in their own apartment outside of the residential facility, and they're doing okay. And so Julie's story is a testament to God's grace, and it's a testament to the great work that Kids Alive International is doing in Guatemala.